Welcome to college football on ESPN, presented by 5 Hour Energy. The wind has kicked up coming off the lake, and Michigan is in town to take on Northwestern. Out wide is a receiver in this formation. Four-man rush, ball batted up in the air, caught and then dropped. That's an incomplete pass. Good job by C.J. Robbins. Number 5 is his running back. Gardner throws underneath and had Funchess wide open. He couldn't hold it. That's a ball he's got to bring it down.
This is a really good call by Doug Nussmeier, the offensive coordinator. You just put the biggest receiver you have across the middle right in front of your quarterback. Unfortunately, Gardner is a little behind Funchess, and the ball got on Funchess before he was ready. Funchess needs to make that catch. Hoped, and so it's been a tough year for him.
On the ground again with Jackson, a really hard run, and then he is drilled as he got to the 44.
That was harmful. That was just a good physical tackle, because the way they hit looked like for a moment that collision could have dinged him.
3rd and 3, and Alviti comes in, tries to run for it. He's going to be about 1.5 yards shy. Maybe a decision time here for Pat Fitzgerald. Michigan was 6 men on the line of scrimmage.
They're overset to that side. You can't run it to the left.
So they go the other way. You can't run it there either. They're short. Michigan will take over on downs. That 16th ranked run defense steps up and holds. Is on the hot seat.
And the tough thing for Hoke and his staff, obviously, whenever you lose an athletic director who hired you. Brady Hoke was hired by Dave Brandon, who resigned a week ago Friday. When you lose your boss, a lot of times the writing's on the wall. Now, the question is if they win out, which you say crazy, but you get Funchess healthy and Gardner plays well against Ohio State and they beat Northwestern and Maryland. But I still think losing your athletic director is the part of the equation that may be impossible for Brady Hoke and his staff to overcome. On a roll, they would have won 3 in a row. But I think with Brandon gone, I think that's the tough thing to overcome for Hoke.
Fake to Drake Johnson. The give to Funchess, who's back in the game, and Funchess can't get out of the backfield. Nice defensive charge by Northwestern, and Drew Smith and Darbo are the wide receivers. Pressure coming on Gardner. Hangs in the pocket, throws to Funchess underneath. And Funchess doesn't have a chance. Excellent defense again. Good block from Jackson. Ryan with the interception. Jake Ryan hit in the hands by Simeon and came down with it.
That was great on that one.
Smith out of Warren, Ohio, listed at 220. We'll get another crack at it. Picks up 5, maybe 6, as Dean Lowry, the right defensive end, made the tackle.
If Michigan can get this type of push against Northwestern, it's going to be a really tough day for the Wildcats. And this is not the type of push Michigan has been used to. Right now, they've got Davion Smith in there. As they rotate those 3 backs and keep them fresh, if they're getting this kind of push, they're going to run for a ton.
Both of these teams want to run the football. The one who's best at it is probably going to win this game. 0-0. End of the first quarter at Northwestern.
No option or anything here.
Power formation. Smith runs into his own man, then runs into 3 purple-shirted Wildcats. He got very close, but maybe the length of a football is short.
Let's go for it.
Smith. He didn't make it. What a great stand by Northwestern. Gardner, the man in his face, throws wide of Funchess. Like a harder hit than replay would show. 2nd and 10 from midfield. Northwestern showing blitz. They come with 4. And the pass is incomplete, intended for Chesson.
And a slant or some type of quick post.
Gardner looking at 3rd and 10. Now they bring 5. Good protection. Gardner hangs in there and throws incomplete. A flag is down in the secondary.
And Devin Funchess is having a tough day. Yeah, you can see him hit himself there, saying that's on me. It's an excellent throw by Gardner. good protection. You mentioned they brought 5 by Northwestern. Didn't even get close to Gardner.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 1.
Ooh.
The penalties decline. 4th down.
So not only did Gardner drop the ball, he committed interference.
Any way, shape, or form before all those injuries. Doing a nice job in one-on-one today.
Simeon with time, then the pocket breaks down and he's sacked. The clock in his head was not operating on that one. You simply can't stand there forever. Ojemudia, number 53, quarterback in on 3rd and 20. And Alvini taken down by Clark. Pocket collapsed in a hurry.
Into pretty high NFL draft territory the way he's playing this year.
Niswander, a new punter, dropped the ball and then sidelines one out to about the 44-yard line. Didn't look like that bad a snap. He just took his eyes off of it. 6 men come on the rush. Gardner trying to pick his way through them and can't do it. Northwestern has played really good defense when it has had to in this half.
Well,
Lowry and Smith. Lowry got the tackle. Smith forced him up into the pocket. When was the last time you saw a nothing first half?
Not often, and I'm really surprised at this decision by Brady Hoke not going for it on 4th and 3 here. Earlier you did it when you were inside the 30. I feel like right here is the exact spot to do that. And the way Northwestern is playing, your defense has been playing, I don't know why you're not going for it here.
Hagerup trying to kill it inside the 5. And the ball reaches down at the 1. A 36-yard kick.
Terrific coaching by that side.
Seaman with a fake has the ball batted down in the end zone. Frank Clark was right in his face. So they gambled, tried to throw for it. Clark wasn't having it, accounting. Gardner short set, throws, ball picked off, intercepted by Harris. Matthew Harris, who made the last tackle, stepped in front and took this one out of the air. What a huge play. 3-man rush. Simeon has this one tipped up in the air, and it's intercepted. Matthew Godin, excuse me. Heck of a defensive play, tipped up in the air, and Godin showing you he's got hands. They have 2 timeouts to work with. Pressure coming. Gardner hangs in the pocket, throws sideline. Incomplete, ruled out of bounds. Nice catch by Freddie Canteen.
Little bit late throw by Gardner. That was there. He sometimes will hold on to it. A very intelligent young man. Gardner is. Sometimes he overthinks it a bit. This Canteen was open for about 15 yards there.
From 41. Blocked. The 5th blocked kick for Northwestern this year. They're in the top 10 in the country in that department. Spring ball. So he was 4th on the depth chart. Didn't get many reps. And this ball hit Funchess, and Northwestern's got it. Whether Funchess was supposed to catch the snap or the snap was just off in timing, I don't know which, but it banged into Funchess, and Drew Smith recovered.
This did not look like they were trying to set up the direct snap sweep. Gardner looks to me like he's trying to catch this.
Yeah, Funchess isn't even looking.
It's just bad timing, although Gardner was showing like a fake, like he was catching it. Michigan is at the line of scrimmage. They can play that because there is no real vertical threat in the pass game for Northwestern. This is tough down the distance.
Wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw in this situation. It's not, as Jackson was in the backfield, so they throw underneath and get absolutely nothing out of it. Dan Vitale, they label him as a super. Plenty of leg, but no good. Can't get goose eggs off the board. Jones slips the tackle, gets inside the 40, very close to the sticks.
It's Raymond Taylor who.
Power left formation. Jackson hit in the backfield and taken down.
Justin Jackson, the ball carrier.
It's going to be 4th down and 2.
And I think
Jake Ryan, the middle linebacker again, was the guy who.
And it looks like they're going to wait. In the way that Michigan has played offensively, you could consider it, but I like going for it here. Maybe an option with Simeon.
5 men on the rush. They don't get there. Simeon throws underneath. Tipped and incomplete. Guess who was on defense? Jake Ryan. Today, you got to love drum lines. Devin Gardner starts this series down the middle for Funchess. Pass took a long time to get there, and Matthew Harris cut across and knocked it down. Brad Keselowski may get a little more action than he cares for tonight. Gardner has that pass tipped. Incomplete. Nearly picked by Van Hoos. This has been a game where both teams have been offensively challenged. Loose ball. Michigan has it. A mistake on special teams. Right to the hands of Tony Jones and J.U. Chesson. Downfield to get it.
Chesson has a real nice feel for that position.
Back to start this series. Gardner looks for the end zone, throws down to the 3. Funchess makes the catch. Haven't said that very often. Only his 2nd grab of the ball game is the tailback. He'll get the carry. Davion Smith, touchdown, Michigan. Had 2 fullbacks, Carriage and Homa, leading the way, and they opened up a gaping hole in that line. Leads to the Michigan touchdown with a point after. Finally a score in this game, and the Wolverines are on top, 7-0 with 6:49 to go, 3rd quarter.
Tony Jones with the fumble. Chesson recovers, and then Davion Smith, who earlier I said didn't block his fullback. That time he followed 2 of them. This league is so much better than it was in the middle and upper half than last season.
Simeon in trouble. Down he goes, back at the 14-yard line. Big rush by Ojemudia.
Drop, and I think it's something they need to look at Northwestern changing schematically.
Now 3rd and very long, something this offense is really not built for. And they just throw it away. Blake Countess had it sail over his head. He was the closest to it.
More important.
Gardner. Rifles one underthrown and intercepted again. Picked off by Campbell. Ibrahim Campbell looking for one more block. Out of bounds at the 15. 79 yards on the return. The young man who had missed 4 straight. Break of the game for Northwestern. They have to take advantage of this. Jackson, end around. Forget it. Frank Clark was having none of the trick play.
If the NFL scouts only watch Northwestern, he's just been all over it.
Stayed where he was supposed to be on that play. More pressure coming from the front. Brennan Byer will pick up a sack. He now has 5.5 on the year. Big chunk play even to get back to 4th and 10. And now Simeon in trouble again, throws it away.
You got to get this quarterback on the move. It's not fair to him to continue to call plays where all he can do is bail out.
There is a penalty marker down. And boy, they are really, the Northwestern sideline really upset.
Offense.
Huge penalty.
Number 13.
Gardner, blitz coming. Gardner has it blocked at the line of scrimmage. Almost intercepted. Anthony Walker, the middle linebacker, had a shot at it, couldn't quite get there. 5 yards, Northwestern saying, well, we're not going to give it to you.
I think Michigan should have tried another delay and see if they let him have it that time.
That looked like it was stopped at the 1-inch line. What a play by Delonte Hollowell.
Drop that pass on this play.
They do roll out. Simeon throws to the sideline, and maybe his best throw of the day. Tony Jones makes the catch.
Knock the steam off of Michigan before they get going.
Boy, and Raymond Taylor was really laying off the receiver over there, gave him a lot of room. Prater makes this catch. Simeon, quick set, throws it out to Vitale, and Vitale has a first down. And this is as up-tempo as they've been.
Unless it's 3rd and 25.
That's true. Austin Carr make a catch inside the 40. Delano Hill left in this game. Simeon trying to unload, had to get rid of the ball. Instead, he is buried.
As we were talking about Mick McCall changing some things up.
Northwestern has not been able to score forever. They've got a screen. First down and more. Jackson. Nice play call there. Lewis couldn't make the stop.
The things they can do.
For the end zone, underthrown and knocked away by the intended receiver, Prater. Lewis was in perfect position to intercept this, and Prater knew it right away. He turned defensive back.
Prater at 6'6", what excellent. That you just don't play that any better. If you are Jordan Lewis, you literally can't play that better. He got both his hands on Prater. There's not a lot of explosive ability on the outside for Northwestern, so those long throws much tougher, but what a great job by Lewis.
Simeon squares his shoulders, throws. It could have been intercepted, dropped by Taylor.
I agree. So don't need it all.
Blitz coming.
Good
Simeon
call.
underneath. They'll pick up about 6.
And that's a really good call. Unfortunately, there's the Northwestern offensive line is just beat down. That's Matt Frazier, number 57, who's just had a tough time getting up after every play. And Frazier now coming out. And I think you got to go for the touchdown here. I just think the way Michigan has been able to run the ball, I'm not sure they may be able to run out the clock, but I'm not sure 3 does much for you here.
A 22-yard field goal try is good by Mitchell. Now the question is, will you ever see the ball with a chance to score again?
Right back to you.
All right, Ed, thanks very much. Smith back to the ground game for Michigan, and Davion Smith will pick up 11 yards and a first down.
He's good.
Davion Smith, the tailback. Fake by Gardner. Runs away from pressure and throws. But did he hold on? He did. Jake Butt with a nice catch and a really good throw by Gardner.
Well, and this is the ability of Gardner that for years has just been tantalizing, man. He can really sling it.
Smith again. Virginia Tech looked like it was the team that was going to go. Smith almost broke it, still on his feet, dragging tacklers forward. He's within a couple of yards of a first down. The Wildcats have 2 timeouts left. They'll use one of them. 3rd and 2, power formation. Smith hit in the backfield. So now we will see what decision they make. And the Wildcats will use their final timeout.
Pressure team right there.
And Weil drills it.
Well, the good news for Northwestern fans in the last 2 years, it's been Michigan on offense down in the 4th quarter going to score. So at least for Northwestern, they're the ones in the driver's seat.
Blitz coming. Simeon hangs in the pocket and throws. Dickerson, did he catch it? He did. Simeon 31 out of 47 for 270. Draw play, Jackson.
Justin Jackson, left ball carrier.
Joe Bolden makes the stop, but it's another first down.
To the field, trusting this defensive line against any run.
Simeon on the post. There's the flag. Ramon Taylor was covering Cameron Dickerson, who comes up limping, and they're going to call holding her.
But you score on this one, tie it, and then Michigan has a timeout and say 35 seconds left.
I think they'll take it any way they can get it. Jackson inside the 5, inside the 3.
Justin Jackson,
I think you still have to go fast. You don't. Here's the problem is if you get a pass interference, you get an automatic set of new downs, any type of defensive penalty against a first down. So you don't want to run out of clock if you can continue to run plays. That's a lot of time.
30 seconds. Jackson again.
Man.
Stuffed at the 3. Now you've really got to hurry.
You can't run it twice in a row. Look at 20 seconds. Now Northwestern's going to be in her. Listen to the crowd. Yeah, this is bad, really bad clock management by Northwestern here on these last 2 plays.
Still have time. Just can't run it again. Simeon. Touchdown!
Touchdown!
Tony Jones! What a throw under pressure. Now, do you go for 2?
Pat Fitzgerald is going for 2. He does not want to get into overtime. They've lost 2 years in a row to Michigan in overtime. I love this decision by
Jackson, the running back. Simeon falls down. Holy cow.
That was 57, though, Mike.
He's been everywhere.
He absolutely. And look, as flags come down for celebrating, the formation and everything told me that Simeon was going to roll to his right. Immediately runs, knowing that the quarterback is going to go to that side. And
great play.
You just had to get someone on the edge if you're Northwestern. This, to me, is a structural error. There's no way that Justin Jackson, the running back, is going to get to that side with a guy like Clark over there. You needed to chip him so that you made sure you got Simeon to the outside. If there's one thing I think Northwestern has to look at as they go forward this season and next, they've got to start figuring out how they can protect their quarterback a little bit better with help from the outside. They were great in the first quarter. Not great after that, but defensively, a lights-out performance for Michigan.
They get to 5-5 on the season. The defense earned it. The offense came through when it had to. Once again, our final score, Michigan 10, Northwestern 9.